What's up, everybody? Today, I have a lot to say. Per usual, you guys know I'm a certified yapper, but today I want to talk about the male need for competition. And I know that sounds very big brain. That sounds like I'm going to try to say something intelligent. I'm not. I'm just going to talk about Zyn. But in order for me to do that, I really want to set all this up by saying I've thought a lot about, at least as a dude, my personal desire to win. I really believe a dude's interest in winning, just being better than another dude, is deadly. If you can attach a point system to most things, I think most guys are prone to being addicted to it. This is why I like Counter-Strike. This is why I've played Quake 3 all my life, and I like pool. I like racing. I think I'm pretty much willing to pick up any hobby as long as I know that it's competitive at all. And so how all this relates to Zyn is that I have just learned that Zyn, the chewing tobacco, the beautiful mouth tobacco, those wonderful soft white pillows that young men across America and women are putting in their mouth, that beautiful gentrified chewing tobacco, each one of those cans is worth points. So this whole time I thought people had a nicotine addiction, which they do, but more than that, mentally, every Zyn user has been in a Dave & Buster's this entire time. Let me show you what I mean by that. On the Zyn Rewards website, you can buy a number of different things. A Blue Tees Golf Player Bluetooth GPS speaker, a Blackstone camping stove and griddle, Italy's finest Uni Karu 12 multi-fuel pizza oven, a Kendra Scott Addison triple strand necklace, the highly coveted Traeger Tailgater 20 grill/smoker. Now, obviously, in context of Dave & Buster's, this is all top shelf stuff, right? If you've ever been to an arcade with tickets, all of these items I'm listing are the stuffed animals hanging from the ceiling, the autographed basketballs at the top of the wall. We got to start basic, right? So let's go down to the Zyn Rewards equivalent of bubblegum, a sticker, an army man with a plastic parachute, stuff that costs 10 or 15 tickets. The Zyn Rewards program gets going with a t-shirt. That's kind of bottom barrel. The Turn It Up t-shirt, which, as far as t-shirts are concerned, this makes me want to turn it up. I'm trying to be funny here, but this t-shirt color is fucking disgusting. I've always wanted a t-shirt with clip art instruments on what looks like to be a giant backwood. Now, the Turn It Up t-shirt is a measly 342 points. Pretty easy to accomplish. When you break it down, a can of Zyn is 15 points. And a can of Zyn is about $6. All it costs is $136.
Holy shit.
All right, so with that in mind, now let's take a look at some people showing off what they've won from the Zyn Rewards program. Blackstone grill, we called that out in the beginning. Now, Zyn offers, a couple different Blackstone grills, but this one in particular is 8,280 points. Now, I'll give you a second to figure out how much it costs. 3,312. If you're smart, you got that already, and if you're an idiot, well, I don't know what else to tell you. This is how you found out. $3,000 for that grill, which is available now for just $400 on their website. So, obviously, you can see it's like the most insane exchange rate and a nasty little way to try to get you to keep consuming Zyn because everyone's argument is you're going to do it anyway. The reality is you can only scan in about $360 worth of Zyn cans a month. So it would take you the better part of a year doing 2 cans of Zyn a day to eventually get this grill. But again, I'm looking at this in the framing of regular money, working for your money. And that's not what's going on here, right? Everyone's popping the pillows to grind. When you see these guys zinning out, they are in the Dave & Buster's. They're in the arcade. So, fun fact, the pesticide in your weed is good for you. Also, I'm headlining the Comedy Store on June 29th in LA. Go buy a ticket now at noelmillerlive.com. Seats are filling up, so don't sleep. Let's just look at a few more videos of people showing off what they got.
The day is finally here. The day we've been waiting for. The day we've worked so hard for.
3,780 points for this Nespresso machine. I can't not show this and without saying these videos do not feel real. These feel like cheap forms of marketing where Zyn, pays someone to create this video. It looks authentic, and then they distribute it to a bunch of like clip channels and stuff like that. And then eventually a YouTuber picks it up for commentary. And then before you know it, hundreds of millions of people are trying to get the Nespresso Virtue Next Deluxe. But I digress. 3,780 points. Let's see what that is. Sam, can you come up with a clever way to do this math not in my computer search?
That look good.
So in real money, this Nespresso machine, by way of Zyn cans, is $1,500. But on their website, it's $179. So what I'm saying is, if you own one of these through the Zyn Rewards program, it's worth more. That's worth 250 cans of Zyn. You need a whole squad putting this stuff down. Now, I'm not being creative when I think about this. I'm thinking about this as like a solo mission. If you got a group of guys and it's 5 of you living in a house, well, now you're talking about really grinding it out. The same way you would team up at Dave & Buster's, all 4 of you on some kind of weird coin shooting ticket machine. Now we're getting enterprising about it. This must be what it feels like to open a Bitcoin wallet after 5 years. You go, I think I had some Bitcoin. This is probably what it feels like. You just come across it, you're like, oh my God, this has to be like 1,000 points right here. This is 1/7 of a Yeti cooler with the Zyn logo on it. This is 1/7 of a Traeger, bro. Do you even understand the value of the Traeger? And this is so great. This guy is showing proof that they bought the Traeger for 11,000 points. To show your DMV tags for your Traeger, brother, it's mine. First owner, through and through. It's just... Zyn is smart, all the products, they're not just oriented towards the boys. It ain't all just fucking grills and dumb t-shirts. They got highly coveted items in the lady world, as I would put it. The Dyson Airwrap. When I said the lady world, I know the girls you're watching are like, what could he mean? And I snatched those words right out of your face and I said the Dyson Airwrap, because now you're going, oh. And you're looking at your boyfriend smoking vape and you're like, get on Zyn. Stop it. Be a man. You're such a pussy. Stop smoking apple juice. Get on Zyn. Okay? Mommy needs a Dyson Airwrap.
I used to hate the fact that my fiance would chew these little Zyn pouches until I found out you guys...
Time out. This feels like an ad, right? These all feel like bullshit. Who talks like this besides someone trying to sell something in the TikTok shop? I hated the fact that my fiance would use nicotine pouches.
You guys can actually scan this QR code back here and get rewards, which is insane. I love it. You guys can save your points up. You get 15 points every time you scan a code. And you guys can save the points up to get Yetis. They have a Dyson Airwrap, Kate Spade jewelry.
Lindsay Nicole, when you post this PSA, you gotta nail the talking points, okay? Yeti cooler for the boys. But again, make sure. What is it? Dyson Airwrap, Kate Spade jewelry. Exactly.
Kendra Scott, just about everything is on there, you guys. Check it out if you guys have somebody in your...
And there's a child in the car. Did I hear that correctly?
Everything is on there, you guys. Check it out.
Not now, honey. Mommy has to do her Zyn promo. I used to hate when my boyfriend would get mouth cancer, but now I don't even think twice about it. Cunnilingus or not, Mommy needs a Dyson Airwrap, and Daddy's gonna get it for me.
Out if you guys have somebody in your life that uses the Zyn pouches. It's so cool.
I'm sorry. Let's run that back, dude. What a close.
Check it out if you guys have somebody in your life that uses the Zyn pouches. It's so cool.
Whoever the CIA uses to incite riots and political unrest, this is who has been employed by Zyn. I'm convinced Zyn has tapped retired CIA and FBI directors to really fucking poison pill. This is such nasty covert marketing. I can't believe this. What's up, girlies? I found this cute flower basket to carry around my husband's Zyn cans. Now when I'm at home, I feel like I have an indoor homestead garden because I kind of walk around and just go picking for strawberries. Strawberry-flavored Zyns, of course, which convert into points, which will allow me to buy my Dyson Airwrap, trademarked. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I wish I could see the marketing emails around these, dude. This is next level. This is next level scumbag, dude. You know, in the 2000s, housewives got made fun of for doing extreme couponing. You know, frugal guys got raked over the coals for doing extreme couponing. But this is a different version of that. You know, this is taking advantage of the junk that's just laying in your house. For some people, when they learn this information, it must be like Scrooge McDuck sitting on his pile of coins. You must literally feel like a pirate when you're looking into this box of just wasted cans. Every frat house that has, I don't know, I assume these guys put the cans on the wall or they stack them up like staffs, something like that. They must look at that then and just see bars of gold. You know, I can take this to the Zyn market and exchange my plastic for rewards.
Y'all watch me turn this into this. Don't be sleeping on y'all's men's Zyn points now.
I'm sorry, man. That's the CIA. That's the CIA right there. As soon as she stopped hitting record, she was like, and so that's generally just how you're going to subvert most online users. It's good to use a southern accent. People attribute it to a lack of IQ. They consider these people to be a little bit lesser than, maybe slightly dumb. You'd like one more demonstration? Sure. So I'll do another demonstration. So here we go. Watch me turn this into this. Don't be sleeping on y'all's men's Zyn cans. It's important that you hit the y'all's men's Zyns. We need 3 S's in a row. Again, signifies somewhat lack of understanding of the English language, just makes the product more relatable. I also like how this demo is just the laziest one ever. You already know what the product is before she pours the cans into the box.
Watch me turn this.
You know, all this to say, I see why people do so many pouches at once. You know, they try to tell you, oh, it's because the effects doesn't hit as hard. No, bro, you're trying to get that Stanley Cup. You got your girlfriend punching you in the back of the head. I want my Stanley Cup. I want a vacation in my Stanley Cup. Put the fucking Zyns in your fucking head.
Hey, I can't put any more. I'm gonna pass out on lightheaded.
Zyn faster. Now, shout out to my white people. I know you love Noah Khan. Zyn, they know their target demo because they put on this concert where the only way you could get a ticket was through the Zyn Rewards program, and a ticket cost about 200 tins of Zyn. So, you know, at $6 now. It seems like $10 at the time. It's basically a $2,000 ticket.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Me. I'm a gentleman. Yes, me. I'm a gentleman. He's talking about me. That's you at the fucking Noah Khan Zyn concert. Me, the gentleman. That is me. Oh my God. They got your fucking number, dude.
He's a wintergreen fiend when it comes to upper dicky non-Tebeki. Some call him Zyn Manuel Miranda. Get ready for some big dick synergy. It's Noel.
Thanks for spending $70,000 on Zyn to come see me.
Shout out to Noah Khan, man. I love that as an opening line. Thank you for spending $70,000 on Zyn to come see me. That's him just dealing with the guilt right there. Knowing, like, goddamn, I am about to put half of these people in the hospital. Half of these people aren't going to have a throat at 40, but God bless them, we're going to rock out tonight. Must be insane to have like a whole crowd of people and, you know, half of them will have the equivalent to a stoma. It's just something wrong with them, dude.
Hi guys, come with me while nicotine addiction pays off to see Noah Khan with Zyn Rewards points. We got 2 free drinks in these cute little cups to take home, which was so cool.
That's great, man. They got you a tin cup. You can take that with you to the hospital when you have fucking mouth cancer.
And this is Haley, her 2 free drinks, $1 Zyn tins, and then these free hats that say welcome to stick season that are so cute. This was such a cool experience because the venue was so...
That boy's face. Why does this look like a fucking B character in Dora the Explorer, my guy? Doesn't it look like he's wearing a disguise, sort of? Like this is a baby on a grown man's shoulders trying to get into the Noah Khan concert.
The venue was so small, and we were at the back, but still had really good views. Sidebar, Denver men bond over 2 things, and it is Zyn and Avs hockey. This guy had his phone up in the middle of the concert trying to show everybody the playoff scores, and I just thought that was funny. And then this is when Noah Khan came out. He was cracking jokes the whole show, and one of the funniest parts is when everybody in the crowd started throwing their Zyn tins at him. I don't know if he hated this, but the energy was just so good.
They're just throwing those Zyn cans at him like a stripper. Hey man, that's 15 points right there, you bad bitch. Now I know how I'm pulling up to a Denver club. You know, I don't even know if they have those there, but if I just make it rain with Zyn tins instead of cash, you know, shout out to my white guys in Denver. I'll have you crawling all over that floor for the, you know, you're picking that shit like loose stripper cash. Hey. Hey man, pocket that shit discreetly, man, but get as much of it as you can. I'm about to start Zyn spreading on my Instagram, dude. That's about 1,000 points right there. Something else that's really smart by Zyn is they know their target demographic probably has a trophy from childhood. They participated in a childhood sport. Either that or maybe they're an aspiring content creator. They basically give out YouTube plaques for scanning a certain amount of QR codes in. These are highly coveted, this Club 36 thing. You have to scan a certain amount of cans to get this. I think people are selling them for upwards of like, I think $150 online. So, you know, they've got you there too, where they've got you racking this up next to your old Little League trophies. They got you some to take you right back there, right back to that feeling. It's your Club 360 token from Zyn. I think something that is maybe peripherally kind of dark, if I could get a little big brain for the moment. It seems that, you know, naughty products have been using rewards programs alongside what they sell. Geek Bar, okay, they got a point system that gives you discounts on your Geek Bar. Galaxy Gas had a rewards program. RIP Galaxy Gas. I just found out that the company was sold and shut down. Who would have thought? But how many people were just grinding Galaxy Gas going,
I get $10 off my next can.
It's dark, but it shows the power of just, you know, some points. That's all it takes. This is not like a genius thing, though, in the sense that Zyn is not the first one to do this. Actually, Marlboro did it first. They did it in the 90s. Just see how they sold it.
Marlboro country. The land without limits. Sunrise to sunset. Summer to spring. Adventure rolls through Marlboro country.
Okay, we're only 10 seconds in. Unfortunately, font choice, very good. All right, font choice, very sick. Aesthetic, so far, 10 out of 10, I hate to admit.
We built a train around the adventure we call Unlimited. The Marlboro Unlimited. 20 state-of-the-art rail cars designed, built, and outfitted exclusively for Marlboro smokers.
Dive bar on wheels. I know I'm not really selling you on why this is bad yet. Guys, this is really bad. Can you imagine 19 intelligently designed rail cars going through the countryside, smoking aloud, billiards tables, blackjack tables, dive bar in the middle of it? This is a really bad idea. Do you want to live like a gilded-aged millionaire? Really? Do you really want to ride around the American countryside on a train with a bunch of smokers like yourself? I mean, honestly.
2,000 winners, 2,000 guests, on board and off the Marlboro Unlimited.
Listen, a guy like me is looking at that train going, pretty cool. I like that color.
For 5 days and nights of non-stop adventure.
Yo, they got a guy on the fucking, look at this. You know, the boats, the horseback riding, the blackjack table, you know, that all was like getting my buy-in. But this guy,
Non-stop adventure.
a rapid violinist, just vaguely in the background while me and my friends do-si-do outside of the Marlboro Red Train Unlimited. I want to ride this bitch. I'm telling you that right now. Oh man, you just know it wouldn't be anything like this. It would be 2,000 people on the verge of a stoma. They all stink. They've aged 15 years from the sheer amount of chain smoking. They wouldn't be able to dance like this. It'd be people who need to be on hospice going,
I'll take the corn. Nothing on my hot dog. I would just like the corn and a plain hot dog.
if it's not clear, basically they're going to do sweepstakes. They get a bunch of Marlboro smokers, and they say, congratulations, you're now going to get on the smokers only train. They had to scrap it, but there is an archived piece of itinerary. And I think that this is the best part to me. Hot tub car. Doesn't that sound like a good time? Just a bunch of chain-smoking fiends in a hot tub together? That room would be stinking up bad. And by the way, Marlboro didn't give up on this. In the 90s, they rolled out, what was it? Camel Cash. You can probably find in some vintage shop with other racially insensitive items somewhere in the Midwest. But they didn't stop there either. You know, you can still scan your packs. If you know someone smoking analog cigarettes and they got cartons at home, those are loot crates, all right? That is an old man's CSGO case. You can still use them. And you can go online and enter points from your cartons, and you can buy different things, you know, movie tickets, pizza, you know, the list goes on. So all this to say, if this stuff wasn't addicting enough already, it's crazy to me that these companies can just, you know, twist the dial a little bit. And if they just incorporate a rewards program, suddenly every dude is approaching nicotine like Valorant. And that's all it takes, really. Next time you see your buddy chewing down on some Zyn, remember, it's not about the nicotine. It's about the prize that they're trying to win before the government comes and takes everything that's fun from them, all right? Government already came for Red 40. They're going to take away Hot Cheetos. Got to get the Traeger before they all go away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go smoke some Camel cigarettes so I can buy me a nice Domino's chocolate lava crunch cake. See you next time.